Hello everybody and welcome here to Auto Club Speedway for race number 2 of the Nationwide Sportsman Series. As we look a little bit low budgety, more of a thing here, but as you can see, new mod, new everything, so we do have to drop it to a little low budget look. But on the pole for today's race, it's gonna be Hernandez Motorsports top 3 is Alan Matthews, and his return to the Nationwide Sportsman Series is on the pole. Then it goes to Joey Murphy sitting second, last week's winner and Mud Summer National Champion Luis Hernandez. And then it's Michael Haas. Then it's Stephen Pollard, Ash Curtis, Alexander Rowe, DJ Curtis. Then it's going to go to James Shelley, David Diaz, John Gilbert, and then Sam Curtis. Then it's Rick Johnson and Cynthia Bright. Then it's going to be Isaiah Monaco and then Tony Newman. That's Eli Bright. Cliff Williams. Now this is the big move. Last week, Eric Monaco drove the 78, and this car, there was a mistake. It had Eric Monaco in it as well. But the Monaco Waltrip Racing decided to pick up Cliff Williams just for this season, just to see what Cliff can do in this number 56 machine. Got a decent qualifying run out of it. Then it's Eric Monaco and Jack James, and it's Ryan Monaco and Jonathan Zorlian, Dylan Schwallenberg and Cody Lamas. And then it's Stephen Pollard and Robert Pollard and Quentin Moore. And it's Andy Thomas, Eric Rodriguez, Will Goss, the showstopper last week, and then Max Anderson. It's Oreo Pollard, Derek Edison, Jeff Bright, Tony, and Al Lagacy. And then it's Lily Murphy, Zachary Fitzwater. Then it's Matt Haas, William Brock, Joshua Saculli, sitting right here deep in the field alongside of Cody Monaco. And then starting shotgun on the field, you're going to see a Dodge and a Honda. The Honda is a team called West Coast Honda. They own this number 29 machine. This car is only going to be run on the West Coast tracks, and it's also going to be ran at Indianapolis. And then Robbie Jackson is sitting here in this big number 36 Dodge Charger. This is not a factory Dodge team, and this team is only supposed to race this race and this race only due to funding that this team does not have. But if they get to score some points, maybe they can drive it. And driving the number 29 was a Honda driver in the IndyCar Series. Tim Randolph is driving the number 29 here for this Honda team, West Coast Honda. Both of these cars qualified deep in the field. We are going to get you to the front of the field here. Joey Murphy and Alan Matthews. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and skip a little bit and get you to the green flag. Here we go. The pace car is going to be in. We're going to be 3 and 4 wide for 30 laps here at Auto Club Speedway. Pace car pulling in. Here we come. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway at Auto Club. And Luis Hernandez almost spun the tires. Actually, I think Joey Murphy beat. Ooh, we're going to go ahead and try to get a different camera. Look, they're 3 wide already. Oh, contact! Hernandez is going to save it after almost getting wrecked by Stephen Pollard. Stephen Pollard has not been really competitive. Last time this team was competitive was a couple seasons ago when they almost won the championship. Joey Murphy driving around his teammate on the top. And he is gone like a freight train. It's going to be Hernandez Motorsports going to score another win. We're going to go to this cam here. Look at DJ Curtis sitting P2. DJ Curtis almost won this race last season. Almost won the Mud Summer National last season as well. DJ Curtis, though, has kind of been the guy. And this has been a track where Ford has dominated. Ford has won the last 2 races here at Auto Club Speedway. Last season with I believe, Al Lagasse in the season before that with Scott Roush behind the wheel. So DJ Curtis battling here with Joey Murphy for the lead. Luis Hernandez driving under his teammate Alan Matthews. Matthews is going to go up with Murphy. Here comes John Gilbert. Didn't have a good showing last week in the Mud Summer National. And look at this. The two Fords are going to hook up, trying on the top. Jack James in the defending champions car right here, trying to move up. Look at Alexander Rowe. There's a lot of new cars, new faces, new places. John Gilbert was one of the guys who did go up to the 36 team of Robbie Jackson and congratulate them. And he talked to a lot of the guys there that was from Dodge, and talking to them guys, because John Gilbert was a big-time Dodge driver. He drove Dodges every season basically in Sportsman until last season when he moved to this Ford Performance team, and it looks like this has been the best move for him in a career spot. Knowing maybe he knew the demise of Dodge was coming, jumped to the Ford squad, now running P4 as he's running P5. Gonna go back here and look, there's Cynthia Bright for Hendrick Motorsports. There's Sam Curtis. Really, only Toyota here is Michael Haas, and Michael Haas showed a lot of improvement from last season to this season, and he's still showing a ton of improvement. We're gonna go up to the front of the field. As looks like Alan Matthews is gonna try to make a pass on his teammate Joey Murphy, and Joey Murphy's like, not today, kid. As you can see, there's Tim Randolph running very slow in the back of the pack, and there's Robbie Jackson as well. Both cars not really set up and subtle for this type of racing, and Luis Hernandez has a huge run on the top. And it is now Hernandez Motorsports 1, 2, 3. If Jack James gives him a little bit of room here, which Jack James is not going to try to slide up. DJ Curtis going to use that very high side to make a move. Now look at Luis Hernandez going to try to pass Alan Matthews on the bottom. That's giving Alan a pretty good little run. DJ Curtis now starting to move. DJ going to ride to the very top of the lane. He's going to try to get behind Joey as Luis throws a block on Jack James. DJ Curtis would love to win here. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead in a battle for the lead. DJ in the middle, Joey on the top, and Alan Matthews in the middle. Cliff Williams used to drive that number 7, is now in the 56, and who's going to get the lead here? Murphy got a good bite on the top. Look at the block that Alan Matthews makes on his team owner, and now they're going to be 3 wide for third. We're going to get you here to go back here, and let's see where. There's another one of the Ford Performance cars. That's Tony Newman. Right there, Stephen Pollard, Jonathan Zorlian, Ash Curtis. Big time here. Rick Johnson, man. This car is it's underfunded. He bought this car from Hendrick Motorsports last season, or bought the chassis from Hendrick Motorsports. The body was given to him by Hernandez Motorsports. It was just an old body, one of their testing bodies for this upcoming season. And Rick Johnson is putting it to good use here today, as he's getting passed by basically David Diaz, and he's about to get passed by Eli Bright. There's Isaiah Monaco. Dylan Schwamberg, the fastest man last week at Eldora Speedway. This week running 20th, trying to move on up. There's Cliff. There's Eric Rodriguez. This is what happens when you do qualify in the back, though. This is what it hurts you, because you lose a lot of ground to some guys. Gonna drop on back here. There's Eric Monaco battling with Max Anderson, Annie Thomas, Cody Lamas, Robert Pollard, Lily Murphy, Ursa Cully moved up a ton of spots. Will Goss dropping a little bit. Maybe they're just riding out, waiting for maybe a caution. As you can see, Robbie Jackson sitting 41st. And you can see the speed difference. Matt Haas, even though he's running in 40th spot, is running 217 miles an hour. Robbie Jackson His best lap was 212, and then you have Tim Randolph in the Honda, and his best lap is a 207-mile-an-hour lap. And we're going to go on board here. We're going to get on board here with Cody Lamas. We're going to ride one lap in the Lowe's onboard cam he has. We're going to see what happens with Cody Lamas. Look there at how bumpy this racing surface is, and I think there's a crash behind Cody Lamas. It's not up near the front of the field. It was in the back. Pace car is out. It looks like it's Max Anderson. That maybe had a problem. And a battle at the stripe. Man, DJ and Joey were racing hard there for the lead. Max Anderson, let's find him. Does he get a little help here? Oh! Man, I don't know. Maybe it does look like maybe a tire kind of cut down on Max here. Or maybe he just tried to give Eric a little more room and then didn't know Annie was there. Didn't know he was not clear. I think he thought he had Annie passed. We're going to look and see. Yeah, I think he thought he had Annie passed. Got turned. Tough break for him. Because now everybody's catching back up here. And now here's the thing. Who comes in? Who gets tires? Who's going to pit? Is everybody going to pit here? No. This pace car is now getting up here to pass Joey Murphy. Tim Randolph just riding. We're going to get you back here to the green flag. Because we already looked at what happened. I was going to make sure nothing is happening. Lights are still on this Dodge Charger pace car. Lights should be off this time. All 42 cars still on the racetrack, and actually Max Anderson did not come to pit road either, so don't know what that's about. But we're about to go back to green flag racing here at Auto Club. Joey Murphy gonna bring us down. Green flag is out, and Murphy got a great start. I think DJ may have spun his rear tires on that start. And this may be a big crash up in the front because it's got guys checked up big time. I think Max Anderson got a big donut on the door, but Joey Murphy has got a huge lead. And this is what Joey wants. Man, Joey has been a guy who's been secretly wanting to break out of this Hernandez Motorsports team. Joey Murphy, he's going to maybe get past this time by DJ. Got his teammate, though, right tucked up behind him, and that's Alan Matthews. And Alan Matthews getting a big break to get back on board with this team. Matthews is going to stick his nose in the middle to make this 3 wide for the lead. And Alan Matthews is getting a good run through the middle. And John Gilbert might make his 4 wide for the lead. Murphy getting a big bite off the corner, but not as big as it's been. This time he does get a humongous run down that long front straightaway. This today has been Joey Murphy's day here in the Sportsman Series. He's almost dominated this Auto Club race. Hernandez Motorsports, it looks like this season may be the team to beat. Last season, after coming so close to winning the championship with Luis Hernandez, this season they've got 3 or 4 good dogs in the fight. You just don't want to be on this bottom lane. That's the lane you don't want to be on. Entering these corners. John Gilbert up on the very top right now, battling with Michael Haas. Going to get the little run off the corner. And he's going to try to push Alan Matthews back to the rear bumper of Joey Murphy. DJ Curtis thought he might have been the guy to win the race. Who's got the fastest car? Fastest car of the race right now is Sam Curtis. And Sam is coming to the front. We said DJ might be the guy that holds off Joey Murphy. It might be Sam. And look at Alan Matthews makes a pass on the inside. Oh, he's not 100% clear of Joey. Was almost clear. Look at Sam Curtis, though. Ooh. Man, Alan Matthews is battling. Alan knows this might be his last shot. Enter Hernandez Motorsports car. He's only on a 1-season contract. Exide's only on this car for 1 season. You see where's Luis Hernandez has dropped all the way back to 12th. Maybe burnt his tires up. Look at Rick Johnson and sitting pretty in the top 15. Dylan Schwallenberg moved up. He's still in P20. Oreo Pollard has moved up, and so is Eric Rodriguez. It's really hard to move up positions at this track when you're deep in the field like a lot of these guys are. Robbie Jackson, Max Anderson now slow. And look right here though. Battle for the lead. Alan Matthews. I don't think Alan's getting him at the line. I think Alan's just driving this thing so deep in the corner that he's somehow making this thing work late in this race. Oh, is he going to block John Gilbert once again? No, Gilbert getting a big run. Sam Curtis now going to be able to push him. We've seen a ton of last lap passes in this series, especially at this racetrack. And a track where Ford has been kind of dominant the past 2 seasons. This season, it looks like Chevrolet is going to break the curse. Unless Tony Newman does something. Look at Tony Newman. Sitting up here. Going to pass John Gilbert. That's his teammate. Newman going to shoot the 3rd. And Newman might get a good run here and shoot maybe the 2nd off this corner. If you're John Gilbert, you're wondering where all that speed just magically came from to this 10 car. Man, look at Newman running directly on the bottom lane. Man, Alan Matthews is all over the back bumper of Joey Murphy. If one mistake is made, it's Matthews' race, and Matthews gonna try to go to the bottom. Won't work. Tony Newman getting a big run now. And Tony Newman's got a ton of Fords back here. Sam Curtis, John Gilbert, and DJ are all lined up. This might become a race for the Fords. Sam Curtis getting a bite. And Sam is going to push Alan Matthews all the way down the straightaway. Almost contact. And look at Sam running a tiny bit higher. But it's 2 laps to go. And Sam's going to try to make a pass into 3. Won't get it. DJ going to now pass Sam on the top. And DJ is going to have to push now this number 7 car. DJ going to battle him into turn number 1. Does Alan Matthews have enough to pass down Joey Murphy? Murphy just going to hold his line and hopefully block. This big charge that the number 7's about to get. Alan Matthews getting the run of his life. Look at DJ going to run in a little high. Alan Matthews going to pull up on Joey Murphy. Coming to the stripe. Joey Murphy is going to pull over. And Alan Matthews will win his first ever Nationwide Sportsman race. On a crazy last lap pass. And that's what we've been telling everyone. This series has been great on last lap passes. Looks like we might have had a crash on the last lap. Oreo Pollard finishing behind Robbie Jackson. And the Honda will finish its only race. Let's see what happened. Was there a crash? I think some cars did come down pit lane. See what happened to Oreo Pollard. It's not like Oreo Pollard not to finish. See, he was running 42nd. So something happened on lap 26. Did he get wrecked or something? It must have felt like an engine was going, cause you could see how much speed he loses. Watch. He lost a ton of speed. He just checked a lot of cars up, and then he comes to pit road. Maybe a tire went bad on that number 51. And then what happened to Max Anderson? Same thing, just come in and pit again, or? We're gonna look at the finish. Maybe Joey Murphy had a tire go down, because the way it looks, look, Murphy's running the bottom. And then you can see the 7's going to get that huge run. But Murphy is out of the throttle. Like maybe the tire was going bad. You can see he has to drive up and almost throw a block on DJ to hold him off. Maybe there was a tire going down on the 14. But Alan Matthews will win his first race back in the Hernandez Motorsports camp. We're going to get you your finishing results here. Alan Matthews, Joey Murphy, DJ Curtis, John Gilbert, Luis Hernandez, Sam Curtis, Tony Newman, Michael Haas, Cynthia Bright, Rick Johnson, Stephen Pollard, Eli Bright, Isaiah Monaco, Alexander Rowe, James Shelley. That's your top 15. That's all the guys that get points. And then from 15th on down, you can see where everyone else finished. Oreo Pollard, Tim Randolph will round out the field. And that's it for us today, guys. We will see you guys next week from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I think only 41 cars are right now registered for the Indy race. So we will see you next week from Indianapolis Motor Speedway till we meet again, everybody.